So the first time I touched the ball, it was at a park, and I remember the first time hitting the ball. I missed the ball. For sure, but you know what? I got back up, did it again.
Hell yeah.
Missed it again.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the ReLax podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. I'm one of your hosts, V. As always, with me and my boys, we got Yi.
What's up?
Sia. LP.
Hello, guys.
Say hello, friends.
What's up, guys? Hey, before we get started, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so y'all don't miss any of our new videos that come out. Make sure to also stick to the end, where we would talk about our next topic, and who knows, it might be one of the topics that you guys wrote in our comments.
Yes. All right, fellas. This intro is not gonna be like last week's intro where we changed costumes.
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna be straightforward. Hopefully, it'll lead into our main topic of the day. But before we get to that, though, there's been a lot of rumors and questions in regards to who we are as ReLax and what we stand for. Anybody want to take a crack at it?
Set the record straight. We're just a bunch of guys, a bunch of friends that we like to, have fun. We're pretty comical. We hang out. We like to talk. We play ball. We used to all play on the same volleyball team, and so aside from that, after that we just remain friends and just stuck around. So.
Lee, you wanna? How do we pronounce our name, bro?
Yeah, so our name, it's pronounced ReLax, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the part re of the word is a prefix, and the lax is where we live. So it's lacrosse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really, that's really what we are. We're just a group of buddies who like to hang out and
Yes, sir.
relax, enjoy our times together, and just talk. And honestly, we actually like to do a lot of different things too outside of just talking. But regardless, though, originally the name ReLax comes from a volleyball team, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
We've been playing volleyball for our entire lives, but sorry, I'm going a little off track. Before ReLax was
Team LAX.
Yeah. And that was the original team name for the lacrosse volleyball group here in Lacrosse. And we played what? 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years.
I want to say 2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years. It was 2 years.
Together, yeah.
I mean, we had our ups and downs. We were pretty successful here and there, but we played for about 2 years, and then after that, life kind of hit. Right, our members, some of them moved out of town. A few of them got married,
got kids.
Got different priorities.
Priorities.
Yeah.
and then we just kind of stopped competing from there.
Yeah.
But then one of our boy Jackie.
Shout out, Jackie Shong.
It's my cousin, yeah.
Jackie Shaw, one of our buddies from Stevens Point at that time, moved back to Lacrosse.
Yep.
And he was, even though he's our same age as us, he really wanted a ball with us. So he kept nagging the Team LAX guys to, hey, come on and play. We shut him down though.
Plenty of time.
But his persistence kind of paid off, and he kind of got us to play. I mean, a few of us, myself included, decided to play with him just to stay active and whatnot. And of course, some of the LAX guys play too, but we couldn't be called Team LAX because not all the Team LAX guys were there.
Right.
So we had to come up with a different name. And I remember it was you and Jackie that was going at it a little bit to decide what the name was, right?
Yeah, so what we wanted was we wanted to have either like lacrosse in there or a lax in there somewhere, and just we came up with like chillax and all those funny names and stuff like that. We couldn't be, like you said, called lacrosse because that was a older generation before us. Their team, and so they were called Crosse, and then we were just Team LAX, and then we just like, let's put the re in front of LAX and just, instead of relax is ReLax, and just is in like almost like a remix, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So or just a remix of a few younger guys, you know, some older guys, some veterans, some current players, and so yeah, it started there, and then we just pulled in, you know, like I said, a bunch of younger guys, new talent and stuff like that, and you know, I just stuck.
Yeah, that name just.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that name just stuck. It's actually pretty. It's pretty catchy, and it kind of identifies who we are too. We're
Right.
pretty chill.
Yeah.
We're always
Relaxed.
relaxed.
Pretty
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah, it's kind of who we are. And that's just stuck, and really that's how the name originated from. Was through playing volleyball. Yeah, so I mean that's originally how we came up with the ReLax name, and that's why I thought it was important to do this as an introduction. We did 2 episodes and we didn't even tell the viewers who we are.
Yeah. For those who don't know, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought good segue to our main topic of the day, which is going to be all about volleyball. Basically the sport that connected all of us together. That brought us closer as friends, and I thought it would be nostalgic, fun, and, pay respect to the game if we talk about it and take a trip down memory lane to let the viewers know our story and how volleyball affected us, our journey, as a group. Individually, I thought it would be respectful for the game to kind of chat about it.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I mean, out of all 4 of us, I believe, Sid, you are the most...
Yeah, I think
experienced.
I think I've played the longest.
You played the longest, so you want to kick us off? What was your journey, bro?
Yeah, I mean, man, where do I start? 16 years, 17 years of volleyball. I think for me, I've been fortunate to have like older siblings. My all my brothers, 5.5 brothers who have
5.5 brothers?
Yeah.
Where's your half brother come from?
So
I didn't know you have a half brother.
so I got my oldest brother Dang, Va, and then we got Chusa, Tujer, and then Joe, who I consider half because he doesn't really play volleyball. He tends to he's injury prone-ish,
He's a sideline talker.
Yeah. But like I said, I was fortunate to have brothers before me who play ball, and man, like I've always looked up to them. I think I was still too young at the time to really play ball, but I started when I was like 16, and it was just with some high school friends. At the time, it was either volleyball or soccer. Growing up in our community, Hmong community, volleyball and soccer were the 2 main sports. And I think most of the crowd around us did volleyball, including, the younger guys who came up.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, it was volleyball too. And it just kind of stuck, I think we just kind of joined the crowd, followed the crowd, and it just kind of stuck with us. So, man, it's been one hell of a journey. So it's been awesome.
How long? When did you start? Did you say?
I was 16, 17. I was in high school still, freshman, sophomore, around the area. We had a lot of older guys playing at the time too. Mm-hmm. So, I think everyone can relate. Growing up playing ball with some older guys, you kind of get bullied around and punked around because you're the freshmen or the sophomores. Yeah. I think I've always been fortunate to have friends like Kamong and Chang and Jim growing up playing ball, sticking together. But it's been great. I think growing up, my mindset growing up playing ball was just get better quickly. Obviously, playing with older guys, you hate to always lose to them. Mm-hmm. And losing to them, when you lose, you end up counting. And for those who know, when you count, you count for a long time. Yep. You sit out for a long time before you get to play your next game. So you take every little thing, really seriously. And we had, programs like SYA and intramurals and stuff like that.
High school, yeah.
Yeah, I know some places that, aren't as blessed to have those programs. So growing up, we had those programs. Thank you to Mr. Huo Yang and Miss Ndao and stuff for doing that stuff for us.
Yeah.
Did you, if you don't mind me asking, do you remember like the specific time you started volleyball? Do you remember your first interaction with the ball itself to your first game?
No, actually, yeah. I mean, it was in high school. It was in high school, and It was a session, it was, your session when you eat, your lunch hours.
Right.
You quickly eat and then you get to go, outside or to the gym and do activities. And I remember we were like, hey, these older guys are playing ball at the gym. Let's go see what they're doing. And, I think, like I said, me, Hmong, Jim, and Chang, we just kind of like picked up the ball and we said, oh my God, like, this is not bad. I think we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of went from there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so, like I said, 16 years, been playing, and here and there, obviously, bad back, bad shoulder, bad knees,
Yes, sir.
all those stories that come with it. But, I eventually walked away from the game when I was 22, 23. I think, like you said earlier, I think you just have different priorities in life. You find a new love of something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't have the love for the game anymore. Like, it just wasn't fun for me. So
Right.
I kind of stopped playing for, like, the longest time.
Long time.
Um,
But I remember though, you were telling me off screen that you guys interacted before. Like you were playing for a few years, and then you started helping these young guys out. At that time, right?
I don't know if it's help. Because
it was.
Like, okay, so going back to the story of being punked around, and bullying, like, we were the older guys. So at the time, we were young, and then we were getting punked and bullied by, like, Beaster and C and those guys, those juniors.
Beaster was playing?
Yeah, Beaster went to Central with us too. So he was the older guys.
I did not know that.
But actually, Beaster was the only one who actually played with us, the young guys, to kind of help us play the game. So, I thank Beaster for that. But growing up, once we got to that stage of being juniors and seniors, and these guys came into high school, like, we started punking these guys around, and they were called.
I know you didn't like that, huh?
Yeah.
Who, me?
They were called the
not.
They were called the freshmen, So, but a lot of tough battles with these guys growing up. Eventually, they hit their peak and hit their primes, and they weren't the young guys that we used to think they were, and the rest is history.
Did you train them?
No,
No, that wasn't you.
no, it wasn't really training. I think me and Xiong kind of just helped a little bit here and there. Xiong Yang spent a lot of time with these guys. I think one summer they were practicing and training for like Labor Day or Memorial Day, one of those days.
Yeah.
And I would come out and just help out a little bit here and there. But I think Xiong was more of like the coach figure. But whether you want to call it or not, whatever it is, if I did help them or not, maybe it was to like motivate them to be better, because we would always punk them around. Because like I said, for me, that was my motivation, is, hey, I don't want to be punked around by these guys. I'm going to work hard, I'm going to play hard, and be better than these guys. So it might have been work for these guys, I don't know.
Gotcha.
So Sia, so who did you like? What were your teams that you played with growing up?
Throughout your career,
Yeah. So growing up, like I said, I played with Hmong, Jim, and Chang for like the longest time. We used to have a guy named Jong who played with us, but then he moved to Galesville. Yeah. So he moved away, and then we kind of broke up a little bit. I was picked up with Joe and Mong and them. We called them the church boys, the church guys, and we became good friends. Played with them for a few tournaments. We were called AFJ.
You play with AFJ?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Came back and played with like Blong and Yang and those guys, Peng and those guys.
Yeah.
How
many guys?
Those Home and Anala guys.
Yeah.
What were they called?
Oh man. Honestly, I don't remember their name.
Was it Chidodi? No?
That was way after.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Before that, I don't know if they had a set name.
Do you remember, Lee?
I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember.
There were just a
All I
bunch
remember
of
was
cousins
just,
and
hey,
friends.
let's go play against Blonde them.
Yeah.
It was Ball's team.
Yeah.
It was the best players.
Yeah, it was always like Blong and those guys. Let's go play against Blong and those guys. So it was like me, Jim, Blong, and Peng and Yang. Sometimes Mikado. We would
Peng.
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
We would play against these guys. And it was fun. Because we would play. Man, we would play the gym at noon. SYA was at noon till 3. Play till 3. Go home for an hour, eat. Set up at 4. Play till 9 at the park.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, you just play, and you lose. You got to count. You got to sit out, and it sucked.
King of the court, man.
Yeah, it was king of the court. You had your own team to represent, and it wasn't one of those things where you picked the best guy. You had your own clique, and you had your own boys, and you back each other up. So it's
There's no team jumping.
yeah, it's different. It was different back then.
You're
You
just
know.
solid. You're solid 6 and no libero, no nothing. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
straight 6 guys. You lose, you get in line and count again.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I left the game at like 22, 23, like, one day I just woke up. I just said, I don't feel like playing anymore. I don't want to play anymore. I just,
Really?
yeah, I just
woke up.
stopped.
Stop playing.
I felt fine. It wasn't anything like, it wasn't anything like, oh, I can't play
Injury,
anymore.
yeah.
It's just, like, I need to do something else. Like,
Uh-huh.
I need to move on with life. And it was a couple years before rumors came out that, hey, Team LAX might be forming a team. Some guys from Crosse might be forming a team. And I remember Pao Chang, and I think it was you. You guys talked about building a squad, and I think my name was mentioned. And I don't remember if it was you or Pao or someone who asked me, hey, we're looking for a guy who can play weak side or something.
Yeah.
And
I think it might have been both of us.
yeah, I don't remember. It was a while back.
I think Paul and I, we had a lot of discussion at that time.
Yeah, to bring the squad back.
Yeah, just something different.
Yeah, so I thought about it. I thought about it a lot, but when it was a team that represented lacrosse and say, hey, this is a team that we want to stick together for a few years and make a few runs if we can, practice and train together as a brotherhood. I was like, man, even though I don't love the game anymore, like these guys, like I love these guys, and if I love these guys, maybe I can find the love for the game again.
Yeah.
And like I think I gave it another chance, another shot, and I said, oh my God, I still love the game.
Yeah.
Because I think I love the camaraderie.
I remember, like, before Team LAX, I just saw, whenever I saw you, I just remember you came out, like, once every, like, blue moon. Like,
Yeah.
every 2-3 months you'll show up, and I just remember you were the dude who could hit the deep cross.
Okay.
Down the middle. No joke. I was like, yeah, the deep cross.
Yeah.
And I remember you and Steve had, like, a deep cross contest, like, at Sand Lake.
Steve
Steve Tao.
Steve Tao.
Yeah.
Steve Tao.
You were here when Steve Tao was here?
No, Steve Sean.
Steve
Steve
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah,
Steve Sean.
Yeah. You try to hit like a straight down deep cross at Sand Lake someday. I was like, okay, this boy is pretty decent. Like,
I might have got lucky that day.
Yeah, I forgot you used to play strong side, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a while back.
Yeah, and then when people started getting better at blocking, I was like, maybe I gotta switch over to weak side, do a lot of one-on-ones.
Yeah, exactly. Strong side, you're blocking.
So, I'm glad. I'm glad I came back. I'm glad you guys gave me a shot and a chance to play again. And I think for me, it was most importantly, it was to reconnect with friends.
Why did you say yes to Team LAX? Because I remember you were a stubborn dude, brother. You were like, no, I'm not playing. No, don't even talk to me about volleyball at that time.
Yeah, if you really want to know, B, it was because of you, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think if it wasn't you who was setting and who played, because we kind of knew each other already,
Yeah.
And I was like, if you were to ask me, I said I think about it, but my shots of playing again would be like
Greater.
Yeah, more greater. And if it wasn't you, then I probably wouldn't have played. So I think
that's deep.
Yeah, so
I think I was gonna have some sentimental stuff in this.
So for sure, I think you were the main reason why I came back, and I think it's a good decision because we reconnected even more due to volleyball,
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll tell you a little story. So when you came and played, let's rewind back. The weekend before Labor Day, when Team LAX came out, we played at a local tournament here in La Crosse. I believe it was the SYA tournament.
Sure.
And it was you, me, Blanc, Yi, Lee. You were in there too. It was all full of us. But I think you left early because Pa had a bloody nose.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was that weekend.
Yeah.
So then we ended up
Ming, yeah.
hitting strong side or whatnot because he was playing defense with somebody, maybe Sean or someone. And I remember I'm like, okay, dude, Sid's pretty good, but dude, Sid got blocked a couple times.
Mhm.
And I'm like, so I remember thinking that in my head, and then on the drive to the next tournament, which is the Labor Day tournament. So Gaucher and I, my wife, we were driving to Green Bay for that big Labor Day tournament.
yeah.
And I remember talking to Gaucher, I'm like, man, this is gonna be my first big tournament with Sia, and I've never played with him. And last week he got blocked a couple times. I was a little
Suspicious.
nervous
Yeah,
too. I was like, okay,
yeah.
what's gonna happen, bro? First big game against Drifters? Who you played against?
Yeah.
Bro,
Drifter veterans.
that I was like, okay, who should click it up? Because the thing was, when we were playing for the local tournament, you were hitting strong side, and you were not hitting weak side. But then in the big tournament, we put you weak side, and then, dude, it just clicked. I remember you just hit that 1-on-0 just straight down the line.
I got lucky that one.
Bro, that was nice. Hey, Yee, show that clip.
Yeah, I'll post it up.
Down the line, 1-on-0, just straight down, dude. That was bomb. That's when I knew I was like, okay, we made a good choice to pick Sia.
Yeah, but I think my success isn't solely my success because I had a great setter to set for me. So, thanks a lot for picking me back up, and I've always been surrounded by good players, humble players. Not always humble players, but like players who always, we all have our own stories, but I've always been surrounded by good players, who always help me with my game.
Well, I'm just saying, I think, Sia, after you were done playing and whatnot, like I was trying to get into like your paths, how you guys crossed. Did you guys start playing because you saw like players like Sia and the older guys, or what?
Well, me specifically, I played soccer back then. So my first sport was soccer. And then that was with my cousins and them, and then with the local BGC and stuff like that. So it was me, Pao Chang, Kong Tom, Mango, Ricky, Aaron, all these guys, right?
How old were you?
During us, we were young, dude. This was like elementary to early middle school that we played soccer.
So this was way before volleyball.
Yeah. So, and then when I started playing volleyball was I had a friend, and so he told us that we should form a squad and play, and so I was I wasn't against the idea, but I just never played volleyball before, and so
you gotta say his name, brother.
His name is Pong. Shout out to Pong, man.
Our boy Pong,
our legendary setter.
A legendary setter from Lacrosse, and so. He formed a team, and it was basically just close buddies, and we played, and we weren't the greatest, he's set, and we picked up players and formed a team around that, but
hey, I'm gonna stop you for a second. Why did Pong want you guys to play?
Pong, from my understanding, Pong wanted us to play because he said that we would get girls, right? And so, at that time, it was like, life was ball. Ball's life.
Ball's life.
And then, we didn't care about any of that, but Pong said that, and we played. Because I think he went to the Holman Open Gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went to the Holman Open Gyms, and obviously, at that time, we didn't even drive yet. So, his brother and them went, and he went, and he said it's pretty fun and all that, and SYA came up, and we formed a team. We played there, and we played on the the smaller, lower net. All the
the younger guys.
Younger guys, yeah, and then all the older guys play on the other court. So we would never go over there until one year, Mr. Tony Yang said that you know what, you guys are over here too much. You guys are getting older. You guys need to play different competition. And so man, we went over there. It was like the Alliance guys. It was Big Cool, Nia,
all the good guys,
all the good guys, everybody else,
Potter and those guys.
Was Alliance the team back then?
What do you mean?
Like the team in Lacrosse?
Yeah.
I'll say so.
They would. They
go back and forth,
they
like
formed in here.
Yeah.
I think Alliance and Team Lacrosse were.
They were just
back and forth.
Yeah.
Wait, who was part of Team Lacrosse?
Lacrosse was like
Lane, Tujer, and them. Yao.
Yeah.
Yao.
Yeah.
Oh, they were called Lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
They were called Lacrosse. Yeah.
Interesting.
That
Just
was
their name.
Them, the church guys, which is just Nevin, Joe, Mong,
Two,
Ragan, and
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
two of them, yeah. So those are like, and then even before that was like one in them,
Yeah.
And so.
And we started playing the big court like junior year, like sophomore to junior year.
Yeah, so we started playing in there maybe like mid high school, early high school, and I mean, we met Vong Lau, so like shout out to Vong Lau, you know, great player, you know, even a better guy off the court, you know.
Vong Lau from Wassa, Wild Arms.
He
Wild Arms.
Yeah.
You know, he's funny. He's a funny dude, and he just, you know, talks a lot of shit to us. But I think at the end of the day, he has good intention.
Yeah.
And so he gives us hints and pointers here and there, and so.
Dude, he had ups though.
Yeah.
He was probably maybe
For a short
an
dude,
inch
yeah.
or two old, like taller than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember he could jump.
Yeah.
Vong was a really good all-around player.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He was a hothead.
Dude, I remember the story I remember about Vong was when he stepped on Nia Lore's toe.
Yeah,
Or was it Nia Lore who stepped on Vong's toe? Hey,
it was Blanc.
you can see the bone, bro.
It was Blanc's finger, wasn't it?
It was
Nah,
that
bro.
it
No.
was the toe.
That's a different
It
story.
was the veterans, I remember.
No, it was Hood Park.
Oh, was that part?
Yeah, y'all were.
Oh,
I remember I left, and then literally the next day, either Vaughn got hurt or Nia. I think it was Nia who got hurt. But I remember talking with y'all, and they were like, "Yeah, dude." Like Nia had to go to the hospital because apparently somebody stepped on his toe when he was coming down on the block.
Yeah.
And then he tried to turn right off of that, and literally the skin just ripped off. Like, and then
Viewer discretion advised.
yeah, volleyball is pretty safe. But yeah, I remember that from Vong. That's
Hey, Vong and yeah, if you guys remember that story, write it down in the comments, man. Like,
yeah.
I've never heard this story before.
It did happen though. I know it did.
Yeah, that's a story I heard around lacrosse. For sure.
Anywho, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's how we got started, and you know, my cousins and them played, and they wanted, you know, to form a cousin squad, you know, but I, you know, kind of chose my friends and shit over them, you know.
Yeah, friends
So
first.
shout out to my cousins and them. That's you know, Mingo, Kong, Tom, you know, all them guys, and that we played, and so we like growing up, they were just like on my back, dude. Like even when we were playing against them, they would like aim
Beef.
for me.
There's
Yeah,
beef.
yeah,
There's
they would
beef
be
there.
like personal, like, you know, in the court volleyball.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Sure,
Yeah, and so that, but yeah, shout out to those guys. You know, they got one hell of a squad too. Growing up, they were, you know, they got some big ass guys on their team. Dude. They were called what they call
King size.
king size.
King size.
You know,
Yeah. I remember those guys.
They got some big guys. They got a small guy. You know,
I think the smallest guy on that team was Sammy.
Sammy, Mango,
Oh,
Mango
man.
and Sammy. Yeah, Mango and Sally, yeah.
Sammy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's Mango, Kong, Tom, the two towers. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Pau,
Long,
Sai.
Paco,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
That team was pretty big.
That was a good
they
team.
were they ran with us, you know, when we were playing, and then even on top of them was blowing them, you know, and maybe that was on their downfall already, but was blowing them and then seeing them, you know, and then AFJ and them on top with obviously Yao and Lang and them would like
Right.
would be the older guys, the veterans, and so yeah, you know, we were like the youngest squad and like
What were you?
early
15?
mid 2000s.
15? 16?
I don't know how old I was, but
Oh,
I know I was
14,
in middle
15 for
school.
sure.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, and so just growing up having like the fucking local battles, you know,
Mm-hmm.
park battles, and you know, and we didn't have the nets that we have now. We had like 2x4 nets, you know.
Yeah, the long ass
Yeah.
wood poles out.
Yeah, so we had the 2x4s, and you know, these nets were like high as hell, and they were not adjustable.
Yeah.
You only get one height, dude.
you can walk under the net.
Yeah, they're
So-
men's.
They're like, hey, don't go to Hood Park. They got the high nets. Go to a different park.
But that was the beauty of it because those high nets, man, like it's not like, you know, like these nets that we play these days, co-ed and
Love
women, women's net.
it. Yeah.
Those nets back then like forced you to play well, forced you to like, hey, work harder to
Yeah,
play better.
try your best.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and so like with that, we had Winona guys that, you know, came to play ball at the park too. We would go there a few times, but I think they came more to lacrosse because we have more guys here. So shout out to the Winona guys, and yeah, just, you know, I don't think Northside had a lot of players, but you know,
Not really.
it was like lacrosse and then Anna and Holman.
Anna?
They had like majority of the players. So
I think the only Northside player was just Peter Moore.
Yeah, just Peter and I think Black played a little bit.
Oh yeah,
just
Black did play a little
Merrill's,
bit. I forgot.
Black?
Black, yeah.
Door's brother Black.
Yeah.
Door's brother Black.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it.
Him
No
and
way.
Don't imagine it.
yeah.
That's exactly how I imagine it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Black.
Yeah. So
Okay, so let me ask you this, Yi. Who introduced you to it? Like, when was your first time you grabbed a volleyball? Do you remember?
probably like
Just pong high go, so you go on.
outside of school, like, cause we would have like volleyball, like, you know,
Yeah.
classes and shit in school. But outside of school, I think it was
Competitively.
I have to give props to Pong, man.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
Pong's the guy.
Pong's the dude.
I mean, Lincoln was, you know, a bikeable distance, and we just all biked there.
Do you remember your first time touching the ball in that competitive like set?
I don't think we were like competitive.
Uh-huh.
It was just like playing against like co-ed teams or, you know, girl team, you know. And so we weren't the greatest, like I said, and whoever wanted to set, just set. Whoever wanted to play what position, just plays.
Just play.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, there's just a few guys that just had, I don't know, maybe like a little bit more talent than the rest and just excel faster.
Right, like
or had, you know, love for the game a little bit more, you know, had more passion.
Yeah.
And so,
What did you play?
I played all around, you know, specifically strong side. But yeah, we had a few guys that, you know, played strong side as well, and you know they were better than me. So I mean, I wasn't the greatest growing up, but we were creative in a sense where, you know, we knew who could do what, and you know what they were best at, you know, and so we put them there. Obviously with the, you know, lefty, we would put him on, you know, right side and stuff like that.
Right.
And then kind of play off of that. But yeah, middle players, we didn't really have a middle player growing up. Whoever just wanted to play, and it wasn't even till like we wanted to go out to our first actual Hmong tournament that we started to learn tournament rotation. And that was, you know, we asked Sia to kind of help us. And, you know, a few of us were more committed than others, but, you know, we were up there by like 8, 9 in the morning at the park just
to learn it that day?
Just to learn, like, the, you know, during the summer, the week, you know, because we didn't have jobs, you know.
Oh, I thought you meant you guys went to a tournament and learned it.
No.
At 8
We learned it before.
Maybe the week or a couple weeks. Yeah.
So like, a couple weeks before, we were just learning. It's like, honestly, super confusing at first because all you knew was just regular rotation and
going in circles.
Especially with that middle hitter, you know, going in and out, and the setter can't even attack or jump, you know, or you can jump, but you know, he's considered a back row player, and so just having to adjust with that, and then the pace of the game was just so different.
It's different.
It's different, yeah.
Like regular rotation, like at the park where the setter just stays in one position, compared to a tournament rotation where the setter is moving all over the place. Like that adds a different like layer to. And then
even then we didn't even have like back row hitters.
Yeah.
We just had solid 3 up front, 2 up front. We didn't even play back row at all.
What do you mean?
Like the players in the back row would like
just
pass and play D, you know?
That's what they did.
We didn't even have like
not like a back row attacker.
We didn't even have like a plan to, hey, you know, get ready to, you know, to spike too, you know?
Right. And we didn't really have any like running routes. It's just a 1, 2 or like half.
Yeah.
Pretty
so you guys
basic stuff, you know?
You guys weren't fancy. You guys just did the regular stuff. Yeah.
And our setter wasn't, you know, the most creative, and so he's not like
he was creative, right? He was trying to get them ladies.
You know,
that's the way you do it.
Yeah, we never got any.
And so they all quit, and you know, some of us still carried on, but yeah. So he, like, I don't know, he just never really ran plays, or I don't know if his confidence was there or whatnot, but a lot of times it would be the actual hitters that called the shots.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So we would say, oh, we want to run this play, whatever. You know, and he would call a few shots too when he was, you know, confident.
Right.
You know, so.
But that takes a long time, though.
Yeah.
You have to be playing for a while to really get comfortable with setting those quick plays, running different routes.
He puts a lot of pressure on himself when, you know, especially when we don't do well, or when we like
crunch time.
You know, crunch time where we take the L or whatever. He's like, you know, oh shit, it's my fault. You know. And so, it's not entirely his fault.
When was it that you transitioned to setting, huh?
It was like, so like we played in high school. We were called like chaotic or something like that, right? And then we eventually formed into like Doom. So then we were called Doom. And after Doom, we played one tournament as enemy, and then after that it was Hood Park. So we kind of pulled players that played at Hood Park to form a team, and we were gonna make a run, but I don't know, things didn't work out, and so we only made, I don't know, maybe like half a year that we ran, not even a full year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to Hood Park though. I think that would have been a badass team for that age though.
Yeah. Y'all continue to play?
Yeah. Yeah. And if we all kind of worked out, but we didn't.
And then y'all ran into, or not run, but
and then
you guys became runners.
And then we became runners, and that's when I started to set because I wanted to really be a QB,
Yeah.
I really wanted to run the game how I would, how I wanted to run the game, and so I started to set. I started to scout new talent, younger talent, with some veteran guys that were still wanted to play, and so that, and I think we were pretty good. I think we were a fast-paced team, though.
Do you think Runners was the best squad that you were on?
That I ever ran?
That you were on?
That I was on?
Part of. You think if Runners went up against Hood Park, do you think Runners would have defeated?
Beat them?
Yeah, beat them.
I think so.
Yeah.
So Runners is probably the best team that you played on.
Because I think I would run it how I feel like I would, like how I think we should beat the other team, then I would run it like that, because with Hood Park I was just outside hitter, we had our own setter.
Yep.
So we were just, so I think me being in like the driver's seat, I would, I don't know, but I like to run my middles a lot. I like to establish my middle a lot, and then eventually have my outside have like at least a one shot, and so he would be a powerhouse hitter.
Right.
Yeah. And then obviously my weak side be 1-on-1 too.
You had some really good middles though. You had like Pao and Chang.
I had Pao, I had Chang, I had Chia a little bit, I had Chai. Yeah.
Bunch of middle guys.
Yeah, a bunch of middle guys that could play middle, weak, strong. So
I remember, bro, your shoots on the outside was like perfect. It was different though. It was different from normal shoots, where before we were seeing like the lob shoots, but yours shoot was like hey, you outside, just run. Now I'll connect you. I'll just put the ball where it needs to be as fast as I can.
Right. So I think the game plan with that was catch the blockers off guard and just kill the ball as soon as we can. That way they have to catch up to us. And we can be. We can execute faster before they can even start their defense. And so obviously with no blockers up there, and you got a strong hitter up there, like he can like not even hit the ball straight down and straight at you, and it'd be kind of scary. Yeah.
Well, I just remember the pace of your set was fast. Because I remember the ball came out of your hand fast. And for younger players, you want to release that ball faster out of your hands. Yeah. You don't want to hold that ball long. You want to get that ball to your hitters as fast as you can. I remember you had the quickest hands when you were setting.
It's debatable.
That's because you kept doing this before you set the ball.
Was it? He started rubbing his fingers?
He always did this, right, Yi?
Yeah, I think I had a habit of going like this.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you do that?
Show me the money.
No, I don't know. It was just a habit. When when you would get nervous and stuff, you would have little habits that you do. I guess that was just mine.
Oh, you can't do that before you set.
Yeah. So like during before we would serve, I would just go like this.
Oh.
And even like during serve before they receiver.
Warm up the fingers.
Right.
Yeah. And so I fed a lot to my middle guys. I think the middle player is the middle hitter is like one of the most important parts of
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah. So
Lee played middle, didn't he?
Lee played middle.
Played for a bit.
Lee played strong. Lee played middle.
Did you start Lee middle?
No, I started as a setter.
You started as a setter?
Paul and I were setters.
So you started as a hitter, he started as a setter, and then y'all switch roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Interesting.
Everybody from our team became setters, or at one point in time.
at one point, and if Paul wanted to be a setter, I was like, there's no reason to be two setters.
So you converted over to hitter.
Yeah, so I converted over to
So Lee, let's talk about you. When did you start?
When did I start? Like a long time ago, dude. Like, I remember I met Yi and them in like middle school, 6th grade. We went to a summer camp, and met from there. And then I moved to Hood Park, and that's when I met Yi and them playing ball at the park, and they just kind of pulled me in and just said, "Oh, hey, this guy, why don't you come play with us?"
Yeah, so even before we played at SYA, we didn't even know Lepop.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, he lived
shoe homes
in the
by
shoe homes on the south side, and you know it was further.
Projects.
Yeah.
It was further from Hood Park
the hood
and all
and
the
everything.
where the Hmong population was there, and so when they moved across the street from Hood Park, and he moved and he was neighbors with Jer, and I came over to Jer's house a lot, and then Jer's like, "Oh yeah, dude, we got this new neighbor." I don't know if y'all was bumping before that, but
I don't remember either.
and then we started just passing the ball outside in a circle,
Sure. Yeah.
just bumping the ball, setting and hitting stuff like that, and I saw Lee, I'm like, "Dang, dude, you're pretty good."
Just from bumping the ball.
He liked my bumps.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy got good control, like he moves all right, we could use somebody like that, and so we kind of told him, and he came on, but Lee was a pretty boy, dude.
You think so? No, I wasn't a pretty
Lee
boy.
was a pretty boy. Lee had flannels and shit playing ball.
You gotta look good every time, dude.
It goes back to Poem.
Yeah,
Trying to get them ladies when we play ball, man.
and so yeah, that's what happened, and then Lee came on board.
Yeah, I think the flannels was what made me fly so high. Yeah, so Yi and them kind of pulled me in, and to be honest, when so the first time I touched the ball, it was at a park, and I remember the first time I hit the ball, I missed the ball. But you know what? I got back up, hit it again,
Hell yeah!
missed it again. I had some good times with Yi and them. I always went to SYA to go play there. After that, came home, played more at the park. That's when we created Doom for the Chaotic.
Yeah.
And from Doom, we just kind of been playing in high school, kind of throughout the years of high school. And I appreciate those guys. They kind of brought me up and taught me how to play ball and everything. So shout out to my team Doom.
Yeah, shout out to the Doom guys, man.
Yeah. So after that, I left Team Doom. Went to go play with the lacrosse guys, Team Lacrosse, with Lang and Tujer and Yao and them for a bit. And then there, I just kind of was jumping teams here and there. Played with Hood Park. I didn't really play with King Size, but played with Peter and them.
Did you play with any out of town teams, Lee?
Not really. I didn't really play with out of town teams. No.
Oh, okay. Didn't you play with some Madison guys? I thought. Peter Lojalo.
Oh yeah, I played with Peter. I don't remember. It was a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember you jumped high as hell, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
You could touch rim in high school, dude.
But nowadays, I feel like it's so easy for younger guys. They could touch rim too.
Lee, how tall are you?
Can
5'7"?
Can Pot touch the rim?
5'7".
I can touch rim.
Pot can touch rim?
Pot can touch rim? Yeah.
I can touch rim. I feel like I don't know, man.
5'7" and can touch rim. That's insane to think about that.
Yeah, we got all the white kids at our school being like, this guy can hella jump, man.
Oh, that's what they were saying?
Because they were showing off, they were trying to grab rim. They grabbed rim. And I was like, hey guys, I could do it too. And they was like, really? Okay. And then that's what I
showed them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, crazy story about Lepop was we knew he was the guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, growing up, playing against these guys, we knew he was the guy on the team. And he always ran that middle, and he always ran that high half ball, high two ball. And you know, it was amazing watching this guy jump because he jumped so high. He jumped so high.
He jumped out the park, man.
Yeah, he jumped so high and he
Jump out the park. Great expression. He jumped out of the park.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He jumped out the park, dude.
It's funny. Okay, all right,
This
yeah,
dude,
go ahead. Yeah.
like the dude, like this dude would slam the ball so hard, like straight down, like all the time, and we would like not know how to like defend him.
Yeah.
So, like, no disrespect to the other guys, the Doom guys, but we kind of let him do what he wanted to do up front.
Mm-hmm.
We just got all of our points when he was in the back.
Where's the back?
I mean,
what a great strategy.
that was really kind of what we
he
did.
was his opposite.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Lipa was he was the dude.
He was good. He was the better
he was
player.
the dude back then.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, funny story. You know, one day he just came to the park and said, "Send me a half ball," and boom.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like run the half then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's never really hit that before. We've never really ran that before. But you know, during show ball, you know, you hit half balls or whatever. But one day just came up and just swung the ball and it just went down. You're like,
Huh.
why? What?
I could go along with that. I think when I first saw Lee hit, actually I didn't see. I heard him hit. I remember the sound that he hit was different than other people. When a ball gets hit hard, you hear a higher frequency in the ball. If that makes sense. Yeah. Ting ting.
Yeah.
Like the ball, like the air within the ball just got released out. And it was over. I believe it was at the rec. And you heard that. It was just. Man, it was crisp.
Yeah, who was that guy?
Yeah, it was Lee. 40-inch vert.
Yo,
I know,
pretty
Daza.
work, man.
Bro, you remember? Oh, we played in Green Bay, and I remember who was it? Was it Corey from Illinois? No, it was not. It was one of the Milwaukee guys who came up to us. You were playing with Thundercats with us, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, who the heck is this guy from Lacrosse? He flying high as hell."
Yoshi.
Was it Yoshi?
Yoshi. I think it was Yoshi. Yeah.
Oh, somebody came up to us and said, "I'm like, yeah, that's our dude."
This dude can fly, but man, he can't hit. Something like that.
Well, yeah, Lee. Anything else, man? You played? You said you played with Blown them for a little bit, and then who did you transition to?
I played with Lena for a little bit, and then kind of just hopped around, and then from there, I got pulled in with you guys, the Team LAX guys.
But it was really at that time. You didn't play with anybody else before LAX?
No, I don't think so. Not that I can remember. I was more of jumping and hopping around.
Jumping around,
Jumping
around, hopping around.
Okay.
Jumping around and hopping around.
Jumping out of the park.
Yeah.
By the time I, gained some weight, so I kind of just relaxed and didn't do much for a little bit. And then you guys came along, and then that's when I just played defense for you guys.
Yep.
And then my offense went down. I couldn't jump out of the park anymore.
Jump into the park.
Yeah. The park held me down. Yeah, and then from there, Jackie always wanted us to come play with me to come play too. So I always rejected him.
Rejected him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And I didn't want to play with ReLax during the Hmong year, but he just put my name down. I got pulled. After that tournament, dude, I had to go for work the next day because I was sore as heck.
Yeah. Yo, I remember we pulled you in because of Jackie.
Yeah, because of Jackie.
Because Jackie was not feeling good. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we pulled. I remember I had to call you. You were in the park somewhere.
Yeah, I was eating, dude.
Hey, bro, we really need you. Our game is in 15 minutes. You better hurry up over here. But
Lee, do you have any memorable stories that you remember? Like one that pops up in your head? Like tournament or at the park,
One story? Yeah.
Okay.
which one?
Okay.
This story. It was a sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See? Yep, tell it.
No, I appreciate you the sale. You kind of brought up our team. You taught us a lot, though. I agree. We were showballing at SOA, and I couldn't hit the ball over after a couple of hits. And Sale's like, dude, hurry up, man, hit the ball over.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
This
shit.
Man, you a douche, bro.
Yeah. This was when this was then I thought I was the shit. And I think we were showballing on the small court, right?
Yeah, the small court.
And the net's low, so the net's low, so obviously you can hit the ball straight down, obviously.
Yeah.
And And I remember, I think, like I said, hey man, just hit the ball. Like, stop being so picky with the ball.
What'd you do, Lee?
I didn't hit it over.
And then
I had it after. I hit it over after a couple. No, I didn't. But I hit the ball over like after the next try. But then Sid went. And Sid hit the ball to the net. I was like, hit the ball over. Hit the ball over the net, man.
Yeah, I had that one coming, man. I think it was after that I went back to the other side.
That was one of my favorite stories because Sid's a good guy though.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Oh man, that's karma, right, Sid?
Yeah, I deserved it, man. I
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, that was one of our one of my favorite stories. Well, I liked
it. Of course you liked it.
Those are the stories that he's gonna tell his kids.
That's not even a volleyball story.
Yeah, you know Uncle Sid, he was a dick back in the day. I got a funny story to tell you.
That's funny.
No. I think just growing up with my team Doom, that was like the best story I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think we were such underdogs at the time. Like we were new. Our players weren't the greatest. Our players weren't the tallest.
Dude, people yelled at us. People told us we suck, dude.
Nobody gave you a chance.
They yelled at y'all.
All right, Jimbo. He's like, you guys suck, dude. Like,
and Ping Lee too.
Ping
Lee.
Yeah.
Ping Lee's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy though.
He's a good guy.
All them.
But you know, like, man, when we're on the court and you're playing against him, man, if he shut you down, he'll talk shit in your face.
Yeah.
You know, but it won't be like a serious. You know, it'll be like funny, but because you can't look at the dude straight and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But Jimbo's serious though.
Hella mean.
Jimbo, man. Jimbo got a face, dude.
He tell you straight up, dude.
Like, you guys suck, and his face would like be serious about it too, and he probably meant it too, man.
He probably should. But to be honest, we did suck.
Yeah, we suck.
So Jimbo's right.
Yeah.
Jimbo's right.
We suck. Like our players weren't the great. Like I said, the greatest. Our blocking was shit.
Yeah.
You know, we had some short players. We had players that didn't have a lot of love and passion for the game, so they were just there to take space. You know.
Yeah.
And so we did what we could, and you know, a few of us, you know, excel faster than others, play longer than others, had longer careers and stuff like that.
Dude, the average height for your team was literally 5'5".
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, dude, was shorter, man.
Yeah, Prong brought it down. Just kidding.
We roasted him.
Oh, yeah, dude,
I
I
was a good guy too.
I was a good guy.
I think playing with those circumstances kind of taught us, like, oh man, we have to play the game differently because our blockers aren't that high up to block, you know, whoever's hitting. So we have to table block a lot.
Yeah.
We have to table block a lot.
Jared had one of the best table blocks. Dude.
Yeah, and so going to like tournaments and we had a table block, we would just have to play that bounce, dude.
Yeah.
Chase the ball, yeah.
So you're basically moving your defense up.
We're moving it up, and you know, and if
to net.
Yeah, and so like if it would hit his hand and go out, it'd be it. But if it bounces off his hand and we can still play it,
we get it.
We got to chase it, and our service just got to be in
You
place.
you worked with what you got, man.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Team Doom.
Dude, you know, and then after that, we just told, hey, everybody, like, or most of the guys, they stopped playing, and then we just kind of, whoever still wanted to play would just come to the park and play. It would just be a mixed team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's funny that we talk about volleyball. We actually grew up in lacrosse, so we played together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B, you're kind of more of like an outsider. You think about it.
Big time.
You know,
we didn't meet you until like college year.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
I was 19. Yeah, I was like sophomore. Or no,
Actually, funny story.
freshman sophomore.
He knows his story too, but
What?
during, because you guys know, on the west side of the state, we don't have like men's volleyball in school, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, you know, over in Appleton area, you know, the
Green Bay, Oshkosh.
east side over there, you know, they have men's volleyball in high school. And so I was doing this one, I don't know, I think it was a homework or a research or whatever it was. And I researched these guys.
We popped up, huh?
I researched these guys at Appleton East. And they were, I think that year they were doing really good or something, and they were on the paper.
Yeah, that was our senior.
Yeah,
senior
and so I wrote a whole article on that, and I remember B specifically, you know,
So you met B before you met me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he met me before I met him.
So like,
Yeah.
so I knew of him. You know, B Yang. I remember some of his teammates' names as well. You know, and so, and then not until like I met him, he came to lacrosse and started going to UWL, and then I kind of like realized, oh, dude, this is the guy that I saw in the papers. You know.
Yeah.
And so
Like my photo with my middle
Yeah.
was right on the sports section.
yeah, I tried looking for it again, but I can't.
I have it in my.
You have it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, funny story. I did a research and because I really wanted to research why we didn't have volleyball on that side of the state.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And,
when
and did you? What was the reason?
forgot.
Just not enough
Probably
supporters.
funding.
Yeah. That's typical.
Yeah, and so like EC didn't have it, we didn't have it, none of towns over here. I mean, bigger cities, all cluster over there, but because when we came, we were freshmen at Central. Mr. James started the intramural program.
Yeah.
You know, so like it wasn't like started before that. You know, it's I don't know why like when you guys were freshmen, it wasn't even there until we were like freshmen.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
So-
Mr. Yang had the thought of just keeping you guys off the streets, having like just a program
Right,
there
right.
just to
Yeah.
keep
So,
you guys
yeah.
busy.
True.
I think that's part of what SYA is too. Is just a place where like the youth can come and just play for X amount of hours
Right.
versus them doing other activities that might
Yeah, but
might not be the
imagine
best.
if you guys did have volleyball. There would be so many other kiddos who would be involved.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
Central will have volleyball.
Yeah.
Logan has volleyball. Holman, Anna, they all have volleyball. Those are
Logan would get murdered by Central.
Logan what?
Logan, dude,
that
get
time?
murdered by everybody at home and Anna, dude.
But imagine those programs were available and then SYA was available, or
Yeah.
if there was an SYA for each individual school.
Yeah.
Like, how many kiddos would be involved in volleyball? Tons, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many kiddos will be making better decisions, will be learning different things other than just volleyball? Like
Yeah.
intangibles, like characters and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so I think I think volleyball really, maybe you could say, saved a lot of us.
Yeah.
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 Because we didn't grow up in the best part of town.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
We
think
grew right in the hood, dude.
it's
Yeah.
called
Heart.
it's called Hood Park for a reason.
Yeah.
They changed the name.
They changed the name because
I'm
I
not
think
happy.
there was a negative connotation to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
But,
But aside from the hood, though, I grew up in a really wealthy, rich white neighborhood. No joke. But yeah, I came from a privileged neighborhood. I mean, my parents had it hard growing up, guys.
Yeah.
I think all of our parents and whatnot, they had it hard growing up. But I think I was lucky enough though, because I was pretty I was kind of more in a white neighborhood, so I started hanging out with more of the whiter kids and I guess the more privileged kiddos, so that, I kind of followed the traditional Western route. So there was there were gangs, but I was always known as the whitewash kid who
the preppy kid, the white
preppy kid, that he ain't gonna fight nobody. That's kind of how I grew up. That's how I interpreted myself. But then what was the main part was sports. That got me like just integrated into the Western culture, and that's how I built friends, made relationships and whatnot. And my first interaction with volleyball was 8th grade into freshman year in high school. When luckily, like you were saying, we had boys volleyball at that time. I don't know if they still have it now, but I know that was going on for a little bit. And I joined the freshman team. I'm not gonna lie, I freaking suck, bro. I set with my thumbs and my fingers. I had no idea what volleyball was. I just knew. I think we have a theme here. It was more for girls.
Yeah, it was. He agrees for sure.
well, not me. I was playing for the love of the sport, man.
Nah.
I was trying to look cool, get involved, be in a group that maybe
yeah.
the ladies would see, and maybe they'll like me and whatnot. But yeah, I played. So we had a JV team and a varsity team. My freshman year I played JV, but then I think naturally I just was familiar with the ball. Because my uncles and them played volleyball, and we were always be bumping around here and there, so it got me interested. So naturally, I was able to just pass the ball nicely, but of course, with my size, hitting was just never a thing. It was either play back row or set, and I had no idea how to set when I was a freshman. So I was playing back row. I was actually the libero my JV year, so my freshman sophomore year, and then it wasn't until my junior year where our setter graduated, went off to college, where a coach was like, all right, I'm gonna have you compete with another guy.
Mm-hmm.
And during this off season, we'll see how you guys go or how you guys do, and we'll just take it from there. And I remember competing. I was like, I had no confidence in myself though, because the dude who I was competing with, like, he's a good dude. He talks a lot. He's super confident. But I was
taller.
Nah, he was the same size. Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, man,
you made it seem like you competing.
But he was very confident though.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I've been setting like for a long time. Even though a long time was like
you got a job with
half a year.
Half a year.
We know who it is.
Yeah.
We know who it is.
No, but dude's a cool guy. Him and I we were cool growing up and whatnot. But actually, we kind of competed, and he actually got the libero position. And then coach was like, hey, we're going to put you as the setter.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, okay, dude, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm touching the ball, a third of the time on the side. But, I was very fortunate to have good players like 6'7" middles, 6'4" outsiders.
Damn.
That could crank the ball down.
Your school produces a lot of good players that go outside of or after high school?
In that area, no.
No?
Mm-mm. But, like, Appleton North, Kimberly, Kokana, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
But the two dudes who I was talking about, the middle and the outside, one went to go play at UW-Eau Claire for 4 years, and the other dude actually went to go play at an Illinois school. It's like a D2 school.
Yeah.
And I ended up playing professionally for like a year in across seas somewhere in Europe. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but then I was very fortunate that it made setting kind of easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until then that I started realizing, the middle hitter is so important. Gotta set that middle. Gotta draw that attention. You gotta run fast play. You gotta have a game plan for your game. So, I played there, and that's really what kickstarted my my volleyball career. But it wasn't until I came to lacrosse that I did a 180 where instead of playing with the organizations, I went to the hood.
Streets.
You didn't play with 6'7" guys and 6'5" guys.
We got a 5'7" dude who jumped 40 feet or 40 feet. Damn. Yeah, so it wasn't until I came here to lacrosse, but I remember coming here and all y'all teams were established already.
Yeah,
we had a clique.
Like, you had your team, you had your team, you had your teams, and I remember just being a college dude. We were just Team Hope, and it was just a pickup team. But I remember deep down in myself, I was a competitive dude. I really wanted to compete, but Team Hope was just a recreational team.
Right.
Was that with Jason and those guys?
Jason. Student organization. Yeah, so it was just a mix of just non-volleyball players.
J-Lo
and play for fun and whatnot.
J-Lo, Jason, Sue.
Yeah. It was Comsey, Andy, and those fellas. Yeah.
Andy, yeah.
Yeah, and really it wasn't anything, but it was fun.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing you guys. Though you guys were competitive. My first interaction though was when I was reffing Hood Park against who's Pong's brother's team?
Newborn.
Yeah.
At Hood Park?
Chang those guys?
It was at Hope Tournament, right?
Yeah. And I was reffing, and
we ran Hood Park at the Hope Tournament?
I don't remember.
Newborn did.
Newborn ran for sure, though.
Chang and Jackie, those guys?
And Hood Park.
Is that when Levon was sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hood Park was Tom, Kong, them guys, or maybe it was King Size.
Maybe it was King Size.
Yeah, maybe it was King Size. But I remember reffing them. So this poor little 18-year-old whitewashed boy was reffing a hood battle.
Oh yeah.
And
regular battle.
They were back and forth, smack talking, swearing. There were two players on one team that was yelling at each other.
Tom. Two towers.
And I'm just standing there. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, do I call anything here? Do I stop the play?
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Am I gonna get beaten up at this time? I was so confused at the time, bro. But I think my wimpiness was like, okay, I'm just gonna step back. I'll let you guys do your thing, and then I'll just control the game how I control the game. But then nothing happened, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my first introduction to like Hmong volleyball was during the Hope tournament. And then to actually be competitive though, it was my boy Zeb. And Duel. Yeah. They're up in Minnesota right now, so hey, you guys better be watching, boys. Zeb was the one who came up to me. He's like, hey, bro, you got good hands. Come set for my team. I'm like, all right, when do you guys play?
A 6-foot guy coming.
Yeah, what do you want me to do, brother? Yeah, he's like, hey, come play. We're going to play a tournament. Come through. You got good hands. I think you got potential. I think our team got potential.
Lacrosse tournament.
Lacrosse
New Year.
No, it was not lacrosse. It was Labor Day.
You guys played there and then lacrosse?
Day. Yeah,
lacrosse was the last outdoor tournament.
Yeah, I believe it was Labor Day tournament was our first one. But the thing was, they weren't even that much, they weren't that committed.
Zeb and them?
Yeah, Zeb was like, okay, I'm going to pull on this guy, I'm pulling this guy, I'm pulling this guy. And then I was like, hey, I got a tall dude. Can I pull him out? Zeb was like, yeah, go ahead. And then we ended up playing at the Labor Day tournament, and no connection with the tall dude. And then no connection with Zeb and them. And what happened was, Blong and Paying them ended up coming, and Showing them ended up coming to Labor Day. And Zeb was like, hey, yeah, we got a few guys from lacrosse that's coming that can join us. So maybe we don't have to have that tall guy play because it's ruined with messing with the chemistry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Hey, if that's all right, if Paying sets, like, I can play defense. Like, that's fine. I'll just play defense. And Zeb was like, okay, that's fine. But then after Beshua, Zeb was, why did you play defense? Why didn't you set? Zeb, you just told me it's fine.
Not fine.
Yeah. But yeah, really it was Zeb and Duel that introduced me to like the competitive Hmong atmosphere in the community. We were called Thundercats.
Yes.
Oh!
Thundercats! Ho!
Yeah, Thundercats, dude. But actually we played for about a year.
Y'all played a lacrosse tournament. I remember you guys did pretty well, man.
We played the Hope tournament for we actually did okay. We almost beat we lost to Team EC. And then we played at the lacrosse. Did we play lacrosse tournament?
Yes, play lacrosse. Yeah, yes, play lacrosse.
Like the New Year tournament.
The New Year, yeah, Hmong New Year, yeah.
Me and Zeb.
I know it was Duel for sure. I saw Duel.
Oh, maybe it was just Duel and I doing something, but I don't remember Zeb though. Zeb was a funny dude, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had no shoulder flexibility.
I remember Duel was pretty good, man. He was unstoppable one game. Which I forgot who you guys were playing against. I think it was maybe like KO or something like that. Duel, unstoppable, man.
We did play against
KO. You guys played KO?
It was KO. Now that you mentioned that,
Yeah.
we did play against them.
Yeah, I remember Duel just doing damage after damage.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I totally.
My first time seeing KO, dude. Like we just started playing volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
There was like all hype about like KO this, KO that. Being the team, the Hmong team to watch at the Hmong tournaments and stuff like that. And so like lacrosse Hmong Year came around, they were there, bunch of gangster looking ass dudes, man. I'm like, be heard this long ass ponytail, baggy ass clothes. I was like, man, these guys are like the team that you guys want to watch.
And then they whooped your ass.
And then they're like, dude, Letitia Toa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That team's really good.
Yeah.
They're probably.
They were like young at the time, but I don't know, dude. Like, cause we wasn't really that out into the volleyball scene and just seeing like the guys that like people looked up to and like saying like they were really good and the team to beat and all stuff.
Yep.
They were like 10 levels on top of us, man. Yeah.
But yeah, really, it was just that, and then I think I kind of got frustrated a little bit where, after each time, people, some players can't make it, so I got to pull in different players, and it was just not how I'm familiar with
commitment.
It. Yeah, where I grew up playing team ball. Like, this is our team, stick with our team, and win or lose, we're gonna stick together and be organized as much as we can. So it was just, for me, it wasn't my vibe at that time. So I think once we
that's called being privileged.
Yeah. For real.
We didn't have that many. You could have jumped with different teams, but shit, don't come back to our team.
But you guys were able to understand that in a different lens, though.
Yeah,
like,
different lens.
You had your team.
It's
you
not
had your team.
right. That's because they didn't want us, though. You know, so
Right.
we had to form our own team to play against them. You know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we were. Some of us were the rejects, like I was saying earlier. You know, the rejects of whatever team, and you know, we couldn't. They didn't want us on their squad, so now we have to count and play with whoever, or form our own team and compete.
Yeah. So instead of having someone teach you about the value of teamwork, you guys just were put into that situation to learn yourself.
Yeah.
We just, you know.
And for me at that time, I was like, dude, okay, I'm kind of sick of losing. So I was thinking, like, at that time, the teams were kind of mixed already. I'm like, all right, hey, like, there's a few good players here, a few good players here, there that I know that I played with already recreationally. Like, why not just form a team together? You know, so I was talking to Pal. I'm like, dude, let's just form a team lacrosse. Like, they'd go travel and play ball and whatnot. And that's where Team LAX came in.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, that's not it though. We gotta at least practice. So
Hmong people, I don't know if they know that word.
Yeah, just show up and play. Dude.
Yeah.
That's
Practice the week before.
yeah, like that 1 week, just come out. Yeah. No, I remember I was up in the cities. We were cool already. Like we were hanging out and whatnot. And I remember coming down every weekend. We had practice on Sundays. So I would drive about 2.5 hours.
What would we do Saturday?
Grill.
5 in the morning.
I would wake up at 5 in the morning. Yeah. But yeah, we played for what, a year and a half, like I was saying, and then from there, basically we had pretty good success. I mean, from what I witnessed, as much as you know, maybe not as much as like, you know, the big name teams like MDY or KO or Ghost Shadow or Illini at that time, the Milwaukee guys, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't have that much, you know, exposure as much as they did, but I thought just seeing our name on the podium, like taking third at our own tournament, like Lacrosse New Year, I thought that was really like eye-opening. It was nice to just kind of put lacrosse on the map.
Yeah, and then even after that, you know, it's the fact that the younger guys started to come up and started to want to play ball, and people that didn't even play ball were like fan of ours, you know?
Really?
They were like, you know, they started to come and cheer, started to come and watch.
Like just the people in lacrosse.
Just to establish a fan base, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it like a while back too. I think having the name lacrosse or LAX in there kind of, in a sense, has a sense of responsibility and accountability on the city.
Yeah.
And whoever is part of it. Yeah. It's almost like they own us.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, from there then, you know, actually, we all went off in our own ways. You know, got jobs, moved out of town, got married. You know, had kiddos. They should play, and then that's the story where Jackie comes in, and then that's where ReLax came in, and that's kind of where we're at right now. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy how a small ball like this got us in this moment right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, isn't that crazy? From across state.
I don't remember how I met you. I don't like. All of a sudden, we were just tight, you know.
Right.
I think it might have been some rec night or, you know, hanging out nights.
Had to be.
You know, yeah.
It had to be.
Because that was the only spot that we would see each other then, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, but Lee, you know, me and Lee go way back.
We go way back.
To the webcam area, you know.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Borrowing webcams back and forth, you know.
Oh, wait, I went over to Yee's house to take pictures of the webcam so I could post on Asian Town.
Yeah. And Seal was always there. I think Seal was a little bit in the shadows with me. Older, he was a little bit older than we were, and you know, he had his own thing going on. Come to the park, play ball, done, just go home.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, we were the guys who were rejecting them.
So you're the
I was the inspiration.
Seal was always the black sheep. I felt like he was always the black sheep to everyone. Like even belonging them.
Yeah.
You fit here for a little bit and then not, and then come on them here and then not. You know. And so, but I'm really glad we crossed paths and all that stuff. So
exactly, and that's where I think we have to pay respect to the game. You know, as much as we complain about how bad it is for our back, our knees and whatnot,
Yeah.
like if it wasn't for the game of volleyball, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
That's true.
And we would probably be different men, honestly. Like wherever, I don't know, man. You could be in LA,
Yeah.
maybe doing some crazy stuff, or I don't know. You know what I mean? You know
Producing?
What I mean?
He was a producer?
Yeah,
Sure.
podcast.
Darn it! I'm sorry. Volleyball sucked. We ruined your career.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying, though. I think if it wasn't for volleyball, we wouldn't be here today. And word of advice, though, for like the younger people who are playing. I mean, it's not even just younger player, but people who are still playing, veterans, maybe
Who want to play?
yeah, who are new to the game.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Play the game.
Play the
I
game.
agree.
Like as much as we complain about it now, I think
It
Game's
teaches
awesome.
just more than it's just more than volleyball. The game is just more than volleyball.
Yeah.
You make lifelong bonds with
Yeah, friends.
with people, and teach the younger guys. Learn from the older guys. Teach the older guys. Learn from the younger guys. And so, yeah.
Yep. And what is it? I think like right on you. I think it also teaches you not only the skills of the game, but the intangibles. Like you build your character. You learn teamwork. You learn perseverance and stuff like that through it. And of course, it keeps you off the street. And I think that's huge.
That's huge.
And
Yeah.
I'm always an advocate for, helping the younger generation out. Whenever they need something, ask. I'll be there to help. I don't know about playing though, but I can be my best to help them out. So I think I can speak on the behalf of ReLax is that we are all in support for extracurricular activities. Whatever you do, whatever sport you choose, continue to do it and strive to be the best that you can. And that's kind of all that we have for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, of course the notification bell. As always, relax. You got it.